English conversations. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. We're so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're listening to relax, unwind, or simply improve your English while you rest, this is the perfect place for you.
That's right. This is a safe, cozy space where you can let go of stress and just listen. No pressure, no rush, just soft, slow English to help you feel calm and confident.
And today, we're talking about something so simple, yet so powerful. Everyday habits to improve your English. Little things you can do day by day to grow your skills without feeling overwhelmed.
Exactly. Learning a language doesn't have to be hard or stressful. In fact, it can be relaxing, even enjoyable, and that's what we're here to show you.
So, if you're ready to just sit back, close your eyes and let the words flow, let's begin.
You know, Jack, when it comes to learning English, I think a lot of people feel like they need to do something big to make progress, like they need to study for hours every day, or memorize hundreds of words at once.
I totally agree. It's easy to feel that way, especially when you see people online who seem to be fluent overnight. But the truth is, real progress happens in the small, everyday moments.
Yes, it's not about doing everything all at once. It's about doing a little bit, consistently, like even just 10 or 15 minutes a day can make such a big difference over time.
Exactly. And the best part is, these small habits don't have to feel like work. They can be things you actually enjoy, like listening to a podcast like this one.
Yes, exactly. Or even something as simple as listening to your favorite song in English and paying attention to the lyrics. It's relaxing, but it's also helping you learn.
That's such a good example. And you know what? It's those little moments, listening to music, watching a show, or even just thinking in English for a few minutes, that add up over time.
Absolutely. And the more you do these little things, the more natural they start to feel. It's like building a habit without even realizing it.
I love that. It's not about forcing yourself to study. It's about finding ways to make English a part of your daily life.
So, Jack, let's talk about some specific habits. What are some easy ways to make English a part of your everyday routine?
Well, one of the simplest things you can do is start your day with English. Maybe while you're having your morning coffee or tea, you can listen to a short podcast, watch a YouTube video, or even just read a few sentences from a book.
That's such a great idea. It's a peaceful way to start the day, and it sets a positive tone for learning.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be long. Just a few minutes is enough. The key is consistency.
I love that. Another habit I'd recommend is keeping a small notebook with you. You can use it to write down new words or phrases you come across during the day.
Oh, that's a good one. It's like creating your own personal dictionary.
Yes, and the act of writing things down helps you remember them better. Plus, it's a nice way to reflect on what you've learned at the end of the day.
That's such a simple but powerful habit. And you know what? It's also a great way to track your progress over time.
Absolutely. It's those little moments of reflection that help you see how far you've come.
You know, Emma, we're so lucky to live in a time where technology makes learning English so accessible. There are so many tools and apps that can help you practice in fun, easy ways.
That's so true. Like, you can use language apps to learn new words, watch videos on YouTube, or even join online communities where people are practicing English together.
I love that. And the best part is, you can do all of this from the comfort of your home.
Exactly. It's like having a whole world of English right at your fingertips.
And you know what? Even something as simple as changing the language settings on your phone to English can make a big difference.
Oh, that's such a good tip. It's a small change, but it helps you get used to seeing and using English every day.
Exactly. It's those little things that add up over time.
You know, Jack, one of the most powerful ways to improve your English is through immersion. And no, I don't mean you have to move to an English-speaking country to do that.
Right. Immersion can happen anywhere, even in your own home. It's all about surrounding yourself with the language as much as possible.
Exactly. For example, you can watch movies or TV shows in English, even if you don't understand every word at first. your brain is still picking up on the rhythm, the sounds, and the patterns of the language.
That's so true, and you don't have to start with something complicated. You could watch a show you've already seen in your native language, but this time in English.
Yes, that's such a great tip. It takes the pressure off because you already know the story, so you can focus on the language itself.
And if you're feeling adventurous, you can even try turning on the English subtitles. It's a great way to connect the words you're hearing with how they're written.
Absolutely. It's like giving your brain a little extra help while still enjoying the show.
And the more you do it, the more natural it starts to feel. Before you know it, you'll be understanding more and more without even realizing it.
Another habit I'd recommend is reading in English. And no, it doesn't have to be a thick, intimidating novel.
Thank goodness for that.
Right. You can start with something simple, like a children's book, a short article, or even a blog post about a topic you're interested in.
That's such a good point. When you read about something you enjoy, it doesn't feel like work. It's just fun.
Exactly. And reading helps you see how sentences are structured, how words are used, and how ideas are expressed in English.
It's like a window into the language. And the more you read, the more you start to notice patterns and phrases that you can use in your own speaking and writing.
Yes, and don't worry if you don't understand every word. You can always look up the ones you don't know, or even just guess based on the context.
That's such an important reminder. It's okay not to know everything. The goal is to enjoy the process and learn as you go. You know, Emma, one of the biggest challenges for English learners is speaking. A lot of people feel nervous or afraid of making mistakes.
I totally understand that. It's so common to feel that way. But the truth is, making mistakes is a natural part of learning.
Exactly. And the more you practice speaking, the more confident you'll become.
That's so true. And you don't need a lot of people to practice with. Even just talking to yourself in English can be really helpful.
Oh, I love that. It might feel a little strange at first, but it's such a great way to practice forming sentences and expressing your thoughts.
Yes, you can describe what you're doing, talk about your day, or even just think out loud in English. It's like having a conversation with yourself.
And if you're ready to take it a step further, you can try speaking with a language partner or joining an online conversation group.
That's such a great idea. It's a safe, supportive way to practice speaking and get feedback from others who are learning too.
And remember, everyone makes mistakes. It's how we learn and grow.
You know, Jack, one thing I think is so important to remember is be patient with yourself.
That's such a good point. Learning a language is a journey, and it's okay to take your time.
Exactly. There will be days when you feel like you're making so much progress, and other days when it feels like you're stuck, and that's completely normal.
It's all part of the process. The key is to keep going, even when it feels hard.
Yes, and celebrate the small wins along the way, like understanding a sentence you couldn't before, or having a conversation in English without feeling nervous.
Those little moments are so important. They remind you how far you've come and keep you motivated to keep going.
Exactly. So, be kind to yourself, take it one step at a time, and enjoy the journey.
Well, Emma, I think we've covered a lot of great habits today.
We have, and I hope our listeners feel inspired to try some of these ideas in their own lives.
Remember, it's not about doing everything at once. It's about finding what works for you and making English a part of your everyday life.
And most importantly, have fun with it. Learning a language should be enjoyable, not stressful.
We're so grateful you joined us today. Thank you for listening, and we hope you feel calm, confident, and inspired.
Until next time, take care, keep practicing, and remember, you're doing amazing.
Goodbye, everyone.